especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back, and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He's going to let it go. Right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots in this game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On 3rd down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They kick it away on 4th down.
Let's stop him at the 10.
His team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it toward the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about punt.
On the line, it's back. Nice move to keep running. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw. It's Barry. To the right, complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Seminoles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short.
All right, now let's get in that end zone.
From the gun, wants to pass. Opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free and 4th down is coming up. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time.
Defense made a big stop. I think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And here he comes out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Might be calling a hot route. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Seminoles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. It's Lewis. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. It's scary. Pressure coming. Just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
They'll run play action. Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
The Noles are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to bury their way. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. The short hit. That shoulder delivers the blow. Across the... This offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Moving away from pressure. And it's caught. But what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain on the sideline. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Ferry. Fires left.
some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Quick snap complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone. Knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route. Knows when to throw. Pulls the trigger for the easy catch.
A cacophony of noise. Debilitating surround sound. Down at the net. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on first down. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for Bowles. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They tried to sneak the draw in there. The defense was not fooled.
You know, there's an art to selling the draw play, and this one was kind of repeat my numbers.
The defense, you could tell, they weren't fooled. They were agreeing with repeating my numbers and got in there quick, fast, and
Layout and catch.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking to throw on first down. Like it right now. And a heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Their dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The give on the inside. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. This ground run is in your sensing that his defense needs some help. Looking to throw, it's Roman. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown Bulldogs.
One of the areas they really focused on.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Grant Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Trying play action. Keeps looking downfield. Rolling on deep down the right side.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So first down here as they go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lines are through. It's there. Smashes it home. Steps out of bounds. He's all the way down to the 13-yard line, and they are in scoring territory.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Motion from the wide out. Going to swing it on second down. Oh, they're after him. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And the Noles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Berry. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes. This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
Bringing it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six.
It was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Back up now. Here's second and long. They'll go to the ground. That's the first time Markham's still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Now on first down from the 28. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's Sperry. Gets it out. He'll step right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Rushes on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so I didn't have a chance.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Gets ready. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Tight end finds a soft spot. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Third down play from the gun. Fires to the right. And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for work. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to run it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll move the tight end. They try to pop a run on the draw. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. It'll be third and long. Back to pass. It's Sperry. Throws for the tight end. Got the man in the middle. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big football. And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Leaves it with the back. Gets him across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Throws to the wideout. In the middle, it's crazy. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking to the big tight end. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Oh, I don't know about this. Makes the catch at the goal line. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To throw, it's Sperry. That's Washington. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Finds his man. It's Isaac. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows.
He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going here at halftime. Get a little juju going.
They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the right. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air. It's there. Catch in the middle. It's Lewis. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Brent behind the line. It's Isaac. He is going nowhere. Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass on second down. Time to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield, like they did right there. But give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Quarterback making checks. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They're trying to slow that touchdown with the drive. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe you see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had the last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And they'll mark it down at the 30. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Berry. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Dogs will boot it away to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. On the move, it's best. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the tailback. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Barry Johnson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Georgia going back to work with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
The give to Davis. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls for overuse. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. They're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Get ready.
Scanning the field. It's unloads it left. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And that's when the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do you do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense.
And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep shucking.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
And the throw down the gut falls to the ground.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game. They have to get to work on this drive. Makes the grab and not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. It's complete to the left. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small, like it was that time, throwing the incompletion.
He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass and was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want the guys swimming with the football, trying to get that elusive guy out there.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
The Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got him along the sidelines, and the foot is clearly down for the catch, and they'll move the chain. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
It's caught. It's back. Line at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good on the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them. But exactly. Get it to them. Let them break tackles. Let them make plays. Easy decision.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Freeze the defense. We gotta make a play here.
Looking to throw. It's fair. Firing to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Looking for the end zone. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up for it.
It is perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tennessee. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll ride Davis here. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
The Dogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Georgia lining up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Here's the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
And they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Back to throw. It's Sperry. Going to take a shot. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line assignments. In the middle, it's Larry Johnson. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll try to run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Throws to the top. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Balls it in. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in the run.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Gonna run it. It's Isaac. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Looking for a man. It's Barry. The outside is complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to gain.
Going for it all. Ball into the end zone. It's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Leaves it with the running back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Back to pass.
Catch it!
Gets it out quickly. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead.
Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal.
29 Philly.
Trying to pound their way in. And he kicks it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
Now, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game, if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Tight end now in motion. To the air. It's Sperry. Under fire. That's caught. It's Washington. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
I love the route there on the corner by the tight end against man coverage. He's able to get a little wiggle, create some separation, use his speed to get vertical, put his foot in the ground, and then use those long arms to haul the pass in.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing play.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He's been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. That's a go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. So now it's 2nd and long.
Single. Here we go. Ready?
Dropping back, it's Aaron. Got it back. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the fight.
Well, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense yards. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight.
Watch it.
It's good. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one. They're up by 25 over Boston College. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Got it. Stop him at the 10.
Looks like the offense will just take a knee. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them.